Okay, hello and assalamualaikum guys. I am Nurul Atika binti Zulkifli and I and my team will introduce and explain to you all about our first presentation, which is Tunku Abdul Rahman. Okay guys, first of all, I will introduce to you all about the background of Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Hajj, which is a father of independence. Okay, Tunku Abdul Rahman was born on February 8, 1903 in Alustar, Kedah, in Malaya, a country then under a British control. He was 20th child of Sultan Abu Hamid Halim Shah and Sheikh Majarele the Sultan's fourth wife. Okay, next, Abu Rahman became a president of the United Malay Organization, which is UMNO, and split the alliance between the UMNO and the Malayan Chinese Association 1951 and that of the UMNO and the Malayan India Congress 1955. Okay, in January 1956, Abu Rahman led a mission to London to negotiate for Malaya independence in the end squaring immediate self-government for Malaya and the promise of independence on by August 1957. Okay, the tension between the Malay and Chinese communities resulted in Singapore expulsions in 1965. His poor performance during race riots in Kuala Lumpur in 1969 led to his resignation on 1917. Okay guys, as we know, Tunku Abdul Rahman is the first Prime Minister in our country. So, a lot of contribution he did is the first experience belongs to the Prime Minister. So, the biggest achievement he did is Islamic Institutional Development implemented during the premiership by Tunku Abdul Rahman. What he did? Okay, first, Islamic under Article 3 as written in the Federal Constitution. Second, annual international Al-Quran recitation. 3. Establishment of Organization of Islamic Cooperation, or we call SOIC. And last but not least, PERKIM. Okay, let's to elaborate.
Under the leadership of Tunku Abdul Rahman as our first Prime Minister, Malaysia has pursued a strong emphasis in foreign policies and also in foreign relationships. The contributions of Tunku Abdul Rahman as our Prime Minister is through the economic factors. As we can see, Malaysia is dependent on Britain in safeguarding the country's economic interests. Firstly, this is because Malaysia is the members of a sterling bloc, which is carries on the trading of a sterling pounds. And secondly, Malaysia is focusing on its main product, which is namely tin and also rubber, which is also the highest demanded from Western countries, including Britain. Thirdly, British investors still occupies in a large percentage of Malaysians' economics, especially in the agricultural and also industrial sectors. Thus, to reduce its dependence, Malaysia has built a free trade market with other countries such as United States, Singapore, and also West Germany to reduce the dependence with Britain and to seek new markets.
One of the contributions for the Islamic Institution development implemented by Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Hajj is participation in Organizational Islamic Cooperation, OIC. So, what is OIC? OIC is the second largest governmental organization aligned with the United Nations, UN, and also European Union, EU. The OIC have the 57 members, and majority of the country have the most Muslim population in their country. So OIC is a collective voice of the Islamic Muslim people around the world, and also make the Muslim voice to be heard by the other entire world. So, Tunku Abdul Rahman is the founding member of the OIC. He also appointed as the first Secretary General of OIC in 1970 to 1974. So there are many issues faced by the OIC during the Tunku Abdul Rahman held the position of Secretary General. First issue is the Israeli occupation in the Palestinian that lead to the swarm of refugees to the Jordan, and also Bangladesh and Pakistan conflicts happen in Pakistan.
Institutional development implement.
Okay, next, Islamic Institutional Development by Premiership Tunku Abdul Rahman is PERKIM. Okay, first Tunku became president of PERKIM August 1960, and PERKIM is leading as respected organization, and Tunku also have a lot in humanitarian issue and allowed PERKIM branch of Kedah to use his land to build orphans. Other than that, he sought to help Cameroonian refugees enter Malaysia through Kelantan, with the help of the United Nations. He also managed to place 4,500 refugees in Bengkala and Chepur and Terenting.
Okay guys, other than that, Tunku Abdul Rahman also evolving in foreign policy in era of their governance. Okay, foreign policy is general objective that guides the activities and relationships of one state in its interaction with other state. Okay, Malaysia foreign policy is to safeguard, defend and promote Malaysia interests at the international level. Each Malaysian Prime Minister has a foreign policy is based on pragmatic conservatism and favouring reform, not revolution. Okay, Tunku Abdul Rahman also pro-Western and anti-communist approach in most of his foreign policy. Okay, what Tunku Abdul Rahman did in foreign policy effort? Okay, first, effort to maintain relations with neighboring countries were made through treaties. Second, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or we call as Asians. 3. Communism and pro-Western administration policy. And last but not least is Association of Southeast Asia, or we call as ASA.
One of implementations that related to Islam is a provisions that stated in Article 3 of Federal Constitutions. It is stated that Islam is a religion of a federations, and any religion can practice at peace and harmony at any parts of federations. However, when it comes to the knowledge that Malaysia is an Islamic state, some views stated that Article 3 is not a declaration that the Federation is an Islamic state, but actually it is merely as a religion. There are also clarifications made by the Prime Minister Tunku Abdul Rahman in the Federal Legislative Council in 1958. He has made it clear that the country is not an Islamic state, as it is generally understood. However, it is merely provided that Islam shall be the official religions of the state itself. Through the implementations, we all believe that unity without uniformity and diversity without fragmentation lie at the core of our religion. Thus, living together as a tolerance and also harmony is the noblest attainment of civilizations. This will be our fitting tribute to our Bapa Merdeka and also Bapa Malaysia.
During the premiership of Tunku Abdul Rahman, he has implemented some policy that contributes to the Malaysian foreign affairs which is the establishment of the relationship and also treaties within the neighboring country. So, however, Malaysia faced a few problems after gaining the independence, such as the confrontation with the Indonesia in 1963 to 1965. There are also the issue with disappearance of the Philippines in 1963 to 1965. Singapore also have spread from the Malaysia to create their own country in 1965. However, Malaysia have a good policy with the all countries, especially neighboring states. That's why the Malaysia be able to create a good relationship and treaties within them. So the Tunku Abdul Rahman played the important roles, which is he represent Malaysia to create association Southeast Asian nation ASA, which is consists Malaysia, Thailand and also the Philippines. Mafilindo also established that consists Malaysia, Philippines and Indonesia. ASEAN also create within the 5 country, which is Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore and the Philippines. Thank you.
Contribution of Tunku Abdul Rahman in Malaysia foreign policy as the first Prime Minister of Malaysia is pro-Western policy. Tunku has participated in international dealing, especially where it is involving to combat the communists. Policy decision made by Tunku is to achieve a positive level of development and political stability during the period of 1948 until 1963. Because if there are no development and political stability at that time, Malaya might be controlled by the communist group and became a communist state like North Vietnam in 1954. Tunku did everything the best for the Malaya at that time. Malaya is one of the country that has also close link to the Commonwealth due to close relation between British. To abolish the communists, Malaya need a strong relation with other country because as a country that in the new independent state, Malaya defense force are not enough to eliminate the communists.
Other than that, the contribution of the Tunku Abdul Rahman is involved with the ASEAN, which is the Association of Southeast Asian Nation. Okay, first, ASEAN was formed on 8 August 1967 by several countries, including Malaysia, signed the declaration to form the ASEAN. And then the Malaysia formed many trade and industrial relations in economic, political, social, cultural, education, health, social interests in more which other ASEAN country. So this strengthens the relationship of external country. Okay, next, Tunku noted the idea of forming ASA first, and this as a foreigner of ASEAN and work hard to make it a reality. And then last ASEAN, the world know it today by the commitment and determination of Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra.
In the conclusion of Islamic institutional development implemented by Tunku Abdul Rahman is that is very helpful to all people until now. Okay, because of Malaysia have Article 3 that Islam is as the religion of federations of the establishment of the Organization of Islamic Country OIC, Al-Quran recitation and percam. Okay, have that establishment help the members of each country and protect the welfare society. So that privilege give us as a Muslim people have a right to do our needed. For example, go the mosque, read the Al-Quran, I mean the events of Al-Quran and others. Okay, next, the conclusion of contribution of Tunku Abdul Rahman in Malaysian for foreign policy is the several contributions of Tunku Abdul Rahman in Malaysian foreign policy are the first Prime Minister of Malaysia which are asal Asian, anti-communist, and also effort to maintain relations with neighboring country were made through treaties. Then every contribution of Tunku is very meaningful until now. Then Malaysian thankful for the independence by Tunku Abdul Rahman. Okay, that's all. Thank you.